Let's do this. Congratulations, you are officially under contract. This is where the exciting stuff happens. So I've got 7 steps to closing, just good reminders for you. Let's get started. All right, so first of all, as soon as possible, we are going to prepare for you what's called a transaction timeline. And this is going to have all of your important dates for the contract. You know, every milestone, every date that is in there, time is of the essence. We've got to meet these deadlines. And so we're going to put them on one handy dandy paper for you so that you can just keep track of these dates. And don't worry, because anything that you need to do is on here, but most of it will be monitoring for you, and you'll see. But these are the big 3 things that you need to do as a buyer when you're under contract. The first one is to make your earnest money deposit, and this is on page 1 of the contract. The default is 3 days, but it can always be more or less if we discussed it, and that gets made to the title company that's on page 1. As soon as you make the deposit, then we get a receipt, and we'll send you the deposit verification receipt. The second thing that you need to do is any applications. This may or may not apply to you. So if you have a loan or if there's a homeowners association, then you'll have applications that are due to those people, usually within 5 days of when the contract is executed. The third thing that you need to do is get your inspection underway. Now, in a fast-moving market, the inspection period will be a very short amount of time, but in a normal market, it's 15 days. If you don't have an inspector that you prefer, then don't worry, we can send you a list of inspectors that our other clients have used and been very happy with. But ultimately, it's always your choice who you use as an inspector, and I can talk you through the different types of inspections that there are so that you can make an informed decision. Okay, take a breath. Once you've done these 3 things, then it's kind of a smooth sailing. So you're going to have a quiet period here. But then just before closing, then there's some additional steps, 4 more things that need to be done. You need to follow the advice of your mortgage lender, if you have one, or of us, you know, when any questions and answers that you've given. The 5th thing is turning on the utilities. So we'll provide you a list of the utilities, you know, power, water, gas, if that applies, whatever else. And you'll want to establish those utility accounts prior to the day of closing with a turn-on date for the day of closing. Number 6 is our final walkthrough. Now, the contract says that we do the final walkthrough either the morning of closing or the day before. So we'll communicate about your schedule, tell me when it works for you, when it works for the seller, and we'll schedule it, and you and I will go through and do a final walkthrough of the property to make sure that it's still in the same condition that it was in when you entered into the contract, that any repairs that were supposed to have been done are performed, and you know that all the appliances are still there and there's no holes in the walls. Once we've done the final walkthrough and your questions are answered, then we're ready to go to the closing table. So usually we'll go immediately from the final walkthrough to the closing. And this is where you'll sign all of your papers and physically take possession of the property to get that key, unless we've made another agreement with the seller. As you know, in real estate, everything's negotiable. So this video is just to help show you the roadmap, the 7 steps to closing. If you have any questions at all about the video or anything I've said and whether it pertains to you or not, I'm just a phone call, email, or text message away. All right? Congratulations again. Super excited for you. Let's get going.